Those who love peace should fight for Palestinians to realize their sovereignty. That's the sentiment of many people who were part of the commemoration at the Freedom Park. The people of Palestine have appealed to the international community to exert pressure on multilateral organizations to take action against Israel.
Our demand was not only a truce or like a group or a series of truces that will end up into a full ceasefire. We wanted a ceasefire at the beginning, but it didn't happen. And in this regard, we hope that this will continue reaching a peaceful ceasefire, so that at least to enable people to see their relatives, to check on their families. We need to remember that the casualties are massive, and we still have many people, maybe hundreds of people under the rubble, hospitals and other civilian infrastructure still like in a very bad situation. So people desperately needed this truce.
Many say the situation in Gaza is dire, with nothing but rubble accumulating on the streets. There are growing calls for a permanent ceasefire and not just a brief truce.
Will enable also for more engagement into more release of Palestinian prisoners inside the Israeli jails. We have always to remember that there is more than 6,000 Palestinians are still in Israeli prisons, and the Israeli prison administration has been targeting them badly since the beginning of the war in the 7th of October.
Some say a genocide is unfolding in Gaza in front of the world, and those on the side of the peace must boycott Israel.
The events of the last few weeks have given gravitas to those words of President Arafat: the struggle continues. It continues in Gaza, and it continues in the West Bank. It continues all over occupied Palestine, from the broken bodies of babies buried under rubble, the horrors of the Holocaust visited on innocent, sheltering in mosques, churches, and hospitals, the constant barrage of graphic images on social media platforms of young children running helter-skelter from corpse to corpse in search of a mother, a sibling, a beloved granny. A genocide, comrades and friends, is unfolding in full view of the world.
South Africa has been accused of playing double standards in the war between Israel and Hamas. The International Relations and Cooperation Department explains the position of the country.
We are actually pro-Palestine, so let us be unequivocal around that. It's reconcilable with our foreign policy. Secondly, as it relates to the war in Ukraine and our non-aligned posture between the Russian Federation and Ukraine, that is encapsulated in the Bandung Principles. It speaks about the centrality of non-alignment. But of course, if you look at the two conflicts, through a particular optics, in relation to Palestine, you have more than 200 UN decisions, resolutions on Palestine self-determination that has been ignored.
A truce has been extended between Israel and Hamas to allow for humanitarian aid and the release of hostages and prisoners in Israel. Ditaba Tsotetsi, SABC News, Pretoria.